I'm Laura Noel. I'm a second generation homeschooler, and today I'm showing you my 2-year-old's tot school this year. Finding tot school curriculum can be a challenge, but you can use a variety of pre-made and making your own resources to put together something that's fun and engaging and grows with them. When my son was born, I got a Timberdoodle Tiny Tots curriculum. I talk all about that up here, and I loved it. I have the infant and the toddler materials. We've outgrown a lot of the infant things, but we are still using a lot of the toddler materials. However, we've been using them for a while, and some of them are here, but I also just wanted some new things and some more themed things and a little bit more advanced things, but he's not quite ready for actual preschool work. Preschoolers are typically 3 and 4-year-olds who are starting to work on their ability to draw lines and cut with scissors and just do a little bit more of the complicated things. And at 2 years old, he's definitely not ready for that, but he is advancing more than my daughter was at this age. So I wanted to challenge him a little bit more. You probably have found also, if you have more than one child, that the second child wants to do all the things that the first child is doing. So when my daughter's doing her second grade work, my son is wanting to do work too. Scribbling on her papers, not okay. So we have to have something to entertain him with. So let's take a look at what all of this stuff is. The way the Timberdoodle Tiny Tots curriculum works is that they put it into different curriculum areas: language arts, math, STEM, emotional intelligence, motor skills, and sensory skills. And I kind of went along the same lines of just kind of compiling things in each of those areas, but I really dove into the language arts because at this age, they are developing language at such an incredible speed that the most important thing that you could be doing is reading and reading and reading. We aren't perfect about it, but I really want to make a huge emphasis to read good literature and educational material to him as often as possible. These are all the toddler books that we have from our Tiny Tots curriculum that we are still reading. So we have the Baby Babble series, the B sound, the cuss sound, their touch and feel books, Lip the Flap, all kinds of fun things in there. And you're encouraging the baby to, or your toddler, to start saying those sounds and start saying words. Pat a Cake is a nursery rhyme book, so we're just reading different rhymes, and there's little actions that you can do with them, little hand motions. Excellent. Rhyming is so critical. It is a pre-reading skill, so this is something that I want to put a lot of emphasis on as well. The Diddy Bird songbooks, these are so cute. I love them. It's something that's so fun. So on and on they go, and they sing the songs to them, little chunks of songs. It's super helpful to have something that can sing it, and not just me. And he can be listening to that auditory input without me again. So we sing them together too, but it's nice to have those as kind of a little more independent activity. The Usborne baby books, these are super cool. They're kind of like a first my spot and see type things. They ask a question, you identify something. My son really loves looking at these. They're super colorful and super fun, and we're starting to kind of, some of the things he can identify, but most of them he can't yet. So I really want to work on that skill of just, can you find the butterfly? Can you find the ball? And then having him start saying those words as well. Along the same lines, but more in depth, are the Usborne very first book of things to spot at home and very first book of things to spot. And so again, it's a very beginner's seek and find book, and so there's lots of fun spreads, and he loves just flipping the pages and looking at the different colors, and then we're working on those more literature-based skills in there. For math, we're going into counting. Our Timberdoodle kit came with Junior Rainbow Pebbles, which are these really cool rocks that they put onto the mats, and you have conversations and they can stack them and all kinds of things to work on counting numbers, all that kind of thing. These are great manipulatives, and we will continue to work with these. Our kit a couple years ago also came with this Fanta color baby. You place these pegs on the patterns. He likes to play with this too. Again, you can do counting in numbers and just beginning shapes and patterns and things like that. I picked up this learning resources set off Amazon. It's Counting in Colors with Spike and Friends. So it has these little animal friends that he can hold, and then you can use them to read the story, you're counting and finding the friends. I thought that was just a cute little activity for us to do. We have Poppy and Sam's counting books. Another thing we're just learning, just working on those basic counting skills. Way back in the day, we got Polka Dot, the Wheels on the Bus Wild Safari. He loves this. This is great for tactile kids. They push the little pop-it buttons and you count and you sing. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. I do have Timberdoodle's Farmland Math from years ago. This is the old version. They have a new version now. I don't think he's quite ready for it. We do occasionally get out the counter animal pieces and play with them, and I might do some beginning things with that. But the actual lessons, there's like a couple of lessons that start with like basic counting, but beyond that, it gets into more complicated things that he's just not ready for. But I did pick this up. This is Preschool Math at Home by Kate Snow, and it's a guidebook for the parent, and it has all of these really cool activities in it for you to do with your child to slowly advance them through the skills, and they're really fun, and they're like easy things you can do at home, learning to count, playing games, counting things around your house, just all kinds of really interesting things. So I haven't read the whole thing, but I am very intrigued by it, and I think it definitely is something that we probably wouldn't get through in a year necessarily. He may not be ready to understand that, but we can definitely start counting around the house and working on what are these numbers, and just some really basic concepts. For STEM from our Timberdoodle kit, we had 2 sets of things that we are continually using. The Once Upon a STEM magnet blocks are really fun. He really loves them. He loves to chew on them. So they all have teeth marks, so you know, that's fun. But he enjoys them, and so I'm glad that he's having fun with that and learning about things that stick together and build things. And then part STEM and part emotional intelligence, they actually have it in emotional intelligence, is Playmobil Community. And so this is just little play sets. It's like a train, a railroad track, a bus, all kinds of things like that with little people, a little town, little farm. Super fun to play with, but you're talking about community and people and relationships and conversations, but he's also getting to use his fingers, and like he's still trying to learn how to put the railroad tracks together and things like that. And so it's some of those foundational skills. There are also 2 Banana Panda puzzles, the Faces puzzle and the Match the Buddies puzzles. He loves these as well. He'll just sit there and try to put them together over and over again. Fantastic for that visual recognition and matching and concentration, and then also those fine motor STEM skills. Additionally, working on those fine motor skills is the Haba wooden pegging set. He also really, really loves these and plays all kinds of things with them, but you can also do the patterns, the matching, the colors, the counting, all of that with these. So just a great manipulative that has a lot of uses. For art, I have a couple things. First, crayon rocks. If you don't have crayon rocks, these things are amazing for little hands learning the tripod grip, and they're super easy for them to color with. My son loves these so much. I really, really recommend crayon rocks. We also have Melissa and Doug triangle crayons as well. He doesn't love these as much, but I think as he gets a little older, he might start preferring them over the crayon rocks, but both of these are there for him to learn to color. When he is ready to start using scissors, this is the Crayola first scissor set or something like that. They are completely plastic, so there's no sharp pieces at all, but there's like a zigzag, a like wave and then a regular straight line. And this is what my daughter used to learn to cut at the beginning. They're just really great because you don't have to worry about them cutting their hair or cutting anything other than paper. We also have the DeGecko magic coloring. So it's just a board like this, and they use a little water pen. As they get it wet, it turns colors, and then as it dries, it goes back to white. So this is just another fun thing, non-messy art for him to do. And from the Timberdoodle kit, we also have the DeGecko Spot the Dot. Love these. These dot markers are fantastic. They cannot be squeezed so that nothing can be dripped out of them. They're really great for little hands to grip, and you can make copies of the papers in there so that they have a ton of papers, or just use regular paper. It doesn't matter. The markers are going to far outweigh the kit here. What Tot School wouldn't be complete without some ABCs? Now, of course, we're not actually trying to teach him the ABCs because it's just not developmentally ready, but it is still good to have exposure to it. So we do have a plethora of ABC books that I can read every once in a while just to get him familiar with the concept. So the A to Z Alphabet of Animals is a Lift the Flap book, very colorful and interactive. A is for Angry, Sandra Boynton book, very cool, very cute. The ABC Finger Trails, I have uppercase letters and lowercase letters, so he can just start filling them and tracing them and just kind of getting some awareness. And then also the Touch, Think, Learn ABCs, more kind of touch and fill, just to kind of make it a little bit more concrete. This time around, I really wanted to put a little bit more emphasis on some of those important preschool concepts that I really didn't do a good job last time. So we have nibble shapes, because shapes are important to talk about. I have Usborne little board books about colors, so we can talk about the colors. And then our very favorite book on colors, What Makes a Rainbow. This one is really, really fun with your ribbons, talking about each color and rainbows. And an awesome great book, Mouse Paint. If you haven't read this one, this is a classic. Absolutely wonderful about mixing colors. Book on months of the year. Days of the week. Usborne Lift the Flap, My Busy Day. So just talking about what we do in a day. And then seasons. So I have a picture book, Millie Mae Through the Seasons. All 4 different seasons through stories. And then also Usborne Lift the Flap, Seasons and Weather. Just so we can start understanding what these things are before we're much older. I really wanted to do kind of a specific study on woodland creatures or forest, so I did get a whole bunch of books to go along with that. I did pick up the Kane Miller books by Paper Pie, used to be Usborne. A Year in the Forest of Badger, Beaver, Squirrel, and Bear. And these are really, really cute. They're the interactive books, so they tell you to do things like blow on the page to blow dirt away, or shake the book, or interact with the animals. I love books like that. And so these are really cute. And then I got these little puzzles that go with them. So there's like those little animals, and there's a smaller, bigger, and a medium and a bigger puzzle. Little Lift the Flap Red Fox, really cute interactive book. Woodland Friends. Riverside Friends. Usborne Life Cycles, One Little Tree. Little peek throughs. And then the Woodland Learn to Lace. So this is a lacing book. So it's actually like lacing cards, but they're in the pages. I don't know if he'll be ready for it this year or not, but it definitely was so cute. I just had to get it. We'll start introducing it at some point. And then I got the first Magic Painting Garden. It's pretty simple. I I'm not sure when he'll really be ready to hold a paintbrush and do it. I'm sure at some point this year he will. So that'll kind of go along with the animal theme. It's important to just read, read, read. So I have a ton of fun books that just, I mean, I have so many more books than what I'm showing here, but like In the Snow, we have these just really interactive, fun books. Touch and feel books, anything that they're just interacting with. It's time to grow it. So we're going to talk about gardening. All better. So we're going to talk about emotional intelligence and putting the bandages on the boo-boos. Finger trail mazes. So he can start using his fingers to find mazes. Again, he's not necessarily cognitively going to be there, but we can start introducing it. And then the final thing I have are some like workbook type things that, again, I don't know if he'll be ready for him this year. I assume it would probably be in the 2.5 to 3 mark. But I have them in case he's ready. And if not, we'll keep him to the next year. But I have the first sticker book of seasons. Again, I had wanted to do more things about seasons. And they're pretty simple. It'll just be whether he's ready for stickers and like putting stickers in the right place. For Sticker Book Farm, kind of that same thing. 100 Missing Bits Sticker Garden. Again, this is a little bit more complicated, has to go in specific places. And then I have this little set of thinking skills books. So this is matching things. It has some cutting, pasting, tracing, marking. Again, some circling, things that they kind of do have to have some pencil dexterity or crayons. Pairs. He may not get that this year, but again, we'll kind of just take it and see. This is putting things in order. Some fun preschool activities. Same and different. Things are the same and things that are different. And then using logic. So they're kind of all along the same lines. And these were from Usborne and Paper Pie as well. And so that's what I have for our curriculum for Tot School for my 2-year-old. And hopefully we will be ready for the Timberdoodle preschool kit next year when he's 3. I think that all the regular things like Play-Doh and bubbles and sensory activities, all of those things are great for the toddler age. And this is just extra for fun stuff. If you do Tot School, let me know in the comments below what you do. I look forward to hearing your ideas and experience. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.